Kimengumi.
And you're listening to Watcher's Corner. So, today we're going to be discussing some of the comics that have come out this week. Some of the latest issues in Action Comics and Superman Rebirth.
Yeah.
As well as, the current events going on with Inhumans versus X-Men, the Ultimates comic, and, what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So, Femi here, he's our DC expert.
I tried to be.
And he's going to be discussing what's going on in Action Comics and Superman Rebirth.
So, if we start off with Action Comics, it's actually pretty interesting what's going on right now with the storyline. If we go back to where, Lex Luthor became Darkseid, essentially. He has now become Superman in the Action Comics timeline. He's now Superman. He's actually donned the dead New 52 Superman's cape, and he's actually now recently just been kidnapped by two aliens who are part of a sort of Minority Report style group who look into people who are going to commit crimes in the future. So obviously they accuse him of, obviously it's Lex Luthor, so they accuse him of everything he's going to do. And
considering what he's already done already.
Yeah, exactly. Seeing as some of the stuff he's already pulled off already, it's actually quite interesting. And they're literally about to execute him, and Superman obviously comes in and saves the day. So that's what happened in the most recent issue, where Superman actually saves Luthor, saying that even though he knows, the thing is, because that this Superman is the Silver Age Superman.
The Silver Age,
pre-crisis Superman. Sorry, so he actually knows about Lex Luthor, he's really got it out against him, but he still sort of saves him in the end, saying that even though I know Luthor's a bad man, and I haven't got anything to prove it. Do you understand? And a little bit of something interesting happens because these aliens actually find a mother box on Luthor.
Oh shit!
Exactly,
right.
which is sort of evidence already. Exactly, it's sort of evidence, which shows that he's in contact with New Apocalypse and things like that. So it's sort of hinting at it already. But obviously, Superman still does save him. In the last issue, I can't remember what the aliens' names are, but they start fighting the aliens. And they get jettisoned off world, and basically they land on a planet with a red sun. So Superman hasn't got his powers, and Lex Luthor now actually has to save Superman. So it's a really interesting comic.
It's getting a little bit juicy.
Yeah, it's getting a little juicy.
So,
go on.
Yeah, well, that being said, the relationship between the Silver Age Superman and the current New 52 Lex Luthor, obviously done in New 52 and Superman's cape and everything. How's that relationship going right now?
So you know what? It's actually I'm sort of a classic Superman fan. So I did sort of like the transition between pre-crisis to New Superman, because I sort of liked his costume. I liked the sort of fact that he was a bit younger, a little bit less experienced than the old Superman. He's also had a bit of a temper as well that the pre-crisis Superman sort of doesn't really have. I sort of liked it, and when he died, I didn't like it, because I felt like, it's just going to go back to the status quo. But at the same time, I'm loving the fact that if you look at the tie-ins with Action Comics and if you look at Superman Rebirth, is that they're exploring how this new Superman is actually how he exists in this universe. With Lex Luthor donning the cape, obviously I hate it. I hate the fact that Lex Luthor is actually walking around acting like a Superman.
Well, yeah, it's odd, because if you think back, like with Lex Luthor, he's always hated the idea of a Superman.
That's it.
Because he's always come across as, to me, he's always come across as a character that believes that humans should always be at that level, and there shouldn't really be anything above humans whatsoever.
Yeah, there should be no one that's naturally better.
Exactly, someone that's naturally better.
And the joke about that is that Lex Luthor is naturally better at a lot of things than most humans.
It's true. It's weird. It's true.
And the whole reason he dons the Superman cape is actually because supposedly the last few times him and the New 52 Superman got together and sort of clashed, the New 52 Superman obviously locked him away. He locked him away in a prison. I can't remember I can't remember where it was. He locked him away, but then he released him, and the New 52 Superman essentially gave Lex Luthor a chance to be a good guy.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's true.
Which is why Luthor became Superman. You know, and like I said, everyone. I mean, you can call me cynical, but I do think that Lex Luthor is still fixing to do something bad. You know, I still think so.
To be fair, I wouldn't really be surprised.
And I think that now, it's going to be pretty good, because what's going to happen is that whatever Lex Luthor does, it's going to be the pre-crisis Superman's fault for saving him from those aliens. Do you understand?
Yeah, no,
so
true.
it's essentially Superman is going to have to deal with the consequences of saving him.
Superman can never really win with this.
He can't.
He can't ever really win with this.
He can't. But if we just talk about Superman Rebirth as well for a little bit, Superman Rebirth
definitely.
is really quite. I'm loving it because first of all they're exploring the relationship between, like I said, Superman existing in this universe. So they had a little bit of a, I can't remember what issue it was. I think 2 issues ago they had a little bit of a crossover with Swamp Thing. So basically, Superman. I can't remember what he was doing. I think he was just flying around, and Swamp Thing attacked him. Yeah, and you know how Swamp Thing is like aligned with the planet and everything. So it was actually sick.
Because he's part of the Green.
Yeah, he's part of the. Oh, sick. I love that.
It's just the idea of it.
Swamp Thing, I love him. I actually love him.
Great.
I need to check out some of his comics. But yeah, Swamp Thing attacks him, and Swamp Thing starts saying, "Your like vibration is off. It's not in sync with." It's such a good issue. It's such a good issue, and by the end of the issue, you know, Swamp Thing's actually fixed that Superman's vibrational pattern. So it's, you know, he fixes it, and I do also like the relationship they're exploring, because basically you've got old pre-crisis Lois, their son Jonathan, and obviously pre-crisis Superman. And they're having to exist in the same world where Lois exists, Superman's dead, and obviously Lois and Superman aren't even a couple. Because you know how Superman was with Wonder Woman before he died. So Lois and Superman aren't even a couple in the New 52 universe. So they're having to get used to that sort of they're getting used to that sort of existence, which is quite interesting. It's really interesting, and I'm loving. And I'm sorry, this is a lot of tie-ins here, but you know, there's a lot of tie-ins with the Trinity comic with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Obviously, they're fighting Mongul's son now in the new
Mongul
Trinity.
Jr.
Mongul Jr. Yeah, they're fighting his son now, and basically Mongul Jr. thinks his mum is Poison Ivy. So it's sick.
Wait, why?
Yeah, exactly.
What could possibly hint at that?
I think it's something.
Give him that idea.
It's something to do with her spores in it. She's basically using her spores to influence him.
Okay.
And in the Superman, basically in Superman Rebirth, a few issues ago, they were Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman were basically sent into a dream state. You sort of like that old Justice League episode where they were sent into a dream state. Yeah, it's basically that. They were sent into a dream state.
Okay.
So Batman was reliving his parents dying. Superman was reliving his dad dying. Wonder Woman was reliving her mum being turned to clay or stone, whichever. So it's really interesting. A lot of good tie-ins. Obviously, as well with DC, you need to check it out because Jonathan Kent and Damian are gonna have their own team. So it's gonna be sick. Yes. Yeah, Superboy and Damian are gonna have their own team, bro.
Do you know? I've seen that going around on the internet.
Yeah,
actually,
it's sick. It's sick.
They've already come out with Have they come out with a variant cover for it?
Yeah, they have.
I've seen it.
I think it was in. It's the Trinity comic. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's the Trinity comic where basically Superboy and Damian meet and they hate each other. Obviously.
No, of course,
they hate each other, obviously.
Of course.
And there's a really good theme in that issue, I think, which is like basically how both of them sort of have to learn to respect each other's dads. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because Damian's coming in and Damian's like, this alien from another universe, you know, like, who the hell do you think you are? Do you understand?
Typical Damian.
Yeah, typical Damian. And Jonathan is like, to Damian, this is just a spoiled rich kid who's got temper issues. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. So obviously they're gonna learn how to be in a team. There's a really cool. You need to read that comic because there's a really cool panel of basically like Superman and Batman. Basically, when Damian and Jonathan first meet, they basically crash up Batman's lab. Yeah, they fight and crash up his lab. And Batman, like, there's a really cool panel of basically Superman and Batman, yeah. Obviously, Batman, obviously, all blacked out. You can just see the yellow outline of the bat symbol. And Superman, obviously, levitating. You can just see the outline of the Superman symbol. His eyes are red. But obviously, Superman's eyes are red for his eye lasers. Batman's eyes are white. And they're basically looking down at their son saying, like, you done, but basically, you done messed up. Exactly. It's sick. It's sick. It's sick. It's sick. It's sick. No, it's really good. You need to check it out. But yeah, no, Superman tie-in, Rebirth, and Action Comics, they're really doing good things right now. So, that's definitely something I hope you guys are all reading. Make sure he reads it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to be catching up with Action Comics and Superman Rebirth.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not just from what you've been telling me, you know, as of recently, and I've just been seeing so much.
Things. Yeah.
You know, just so many good things about it. So I'm definitely going to. Yeah. Especially since I'm not really that much of a Superman fan. In all honesty, hey, come on.
Captain America or Superman, even though they're the same people.
It's true. You know, Captain America, the human version, but you know, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, moving on to our next category, we are looking at Inhumans versus X-Men.
This is more his forte right here.
See, now this is a very, very interesting thing because although we kind of agree with what's going on here, you know, he's more pro X-Men.
Yeah.
Where I'm more pro Inhuman.
We're
but
always on the different sides. But
yeah,
I know what you mean.
I'm slowly edging over to pro X-Men because the thing is, okay, I'm just gonna say it there and straight, okay. Medusa's just fucking it all up.
Yeah, she's
completely and utterly fucking it all up.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
she's
so.
fucking it all up for me.
I think so. I'm not a fan of her being on the throne.
That's true. I mean, in all honesty, even if Black Bolt was to come back and just take the throne, or even just take it back up, there's no real way of saving him.
Yeah, there's none. There's none.
I mean, okay. As of recently, the Inhumans, they have gotten really, really powerful people on their team. We're not even just. I'm not even talking about just like the overpowered people like Lash and the fact that the Unspoken is back and the fact that Maximus is now showing even more amazing powers and his telepathy as well. I'm talking about people like Reader, the Reader, because this guy, literally anything that he reads becomes reality. Anything that he reads, and it's not even a thing where he's it's not even really a thing where he's limited. Well, he is kind of limited, okay, because when he reads, number one, he's blind, and number two, he has to read through Braille, exactly. But what makes him so great is the fact that he can just get a couple pebbles, okay, and just create the Braille he needs, and just read different, oh my gosh.
No, there are some strong Inhumans. I mean, Karnak, come on, the dog.
Oh my gosh. Karnak was
the beast.
He was so sick before, but even now, number one, he punched out of hell, okay, which is technically Lineage's body, but still, it was hell.
He's a Batman.
He's such a bad man. And the way that he's just taking on all these people, he's slowly getting out of what's it called? The mind thing that Jean Grey and the Cuckoos are doing to him. Doing to him.
That was hard.
But
he's just a sick guy.
He's such a sick character.
The thing is though, is that if he was actually, because he's not really on the Inhuman side at the moment.
No,
if he was actually on their side,
then.
I mean, I remember that issue where he was like, where he actually predicted the war. He was like, this, what did he say? I can't remember. I think he might have been saying it to Jean Grey, where he was like, he said something like, this, what do you call it? This temporary peace that you Inhumans and X-Men have. I can see how it's gonna fail, because you know how you can see.
No, it's true. Well, he can see all weaknesses.
Yeah. He's just hard. No, I mean, personally, like Adam says, I'm leaning towards the X-Men side of things. I've loved X-Men for a long time.
That's true.
I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Cyclops. What they've done to him, okay, I have problems with it, but we'll get to that. But I mean, if we just start with how this whole thing started with Intelligent Cloud, Medusa, what are you doing?
No,
seriously,
it's
what
true.
are you doing?
It's true.
And Beast as well. Older Beast, obviously. What are you doing? Come on, like seriously, give us a break. literally, Cyclops literally sacrificed himself to even destroy one of those clouds, just one of them. And we all see, who was the guy that died? Multiple Man, right?
Yeah, it was multiple. Yeah, Madrox.
We all see,
yeah,
exactly.
Madrox.
We all see what it did to Madrox, yeah? I mean, I don't know how the Inhumans can defend having this thing that's literally killing off mutants. I don't see how they can defend it. And I don't, and personally, if I feel like from the, take the side of the victim here, is that the X-Men have been through so much shit. They went through Avengers vs X-Men. They went through Phoenix Force. They went through House of M. No More Mutants. All of that, So I just don't understand how Inhumans could even think, that, how can they think that this is okay? It's not. I mean, in the most recent Inhumans vs X-Men, where we had obviously Beast break in. We also had Magic. I mean, I love the way Magic is getting rid of them. I love the way Magic is.
No, I love how she's literally just teleporting each and every single one of them to different parts in Limbo.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going off what the back of Adam's saying is how Inhumans got some super strong people, like that just shows that the X-Men actually thought about how to deal with them even in a non-lethal way.
No, it's true.
So it's really interesting. I mean, I'm really loving the way Inhumans and X-Men is sort of going right now. I'm looking forward to. What am I looking forward to? I mean, I'm looking forward to a few things. I'm looking forward to obviously in the next issue, Beast and Medusa, Young Beast and Medusa, what's going on there.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to obviously, like you said, Black Bolt's son with all the powers he's showing. He's going to be a heavy hitter.
Oh my gosh.
Ahura
Boltagan. This guy, he's basically a living anti-life equation. He's like the fact that his powers allow him to generate these, if you would, soul-like spiritual versions of himself, okay, that are intangible, can't really be destroyed or torn apart or anything. And as soon as they touch you, they basically just take over you, and you just,
No, that's crazy. That is crazy.
You just become one of his.
And I mean,
whatever. Ahura is going to be amazing.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see what they do with him.
In the most recent Uncanny Inhumans, his telepathy as well was just.
No, it's true. It's true.
It was just broken.
No, it's crazy.
It was broken.
See, now the thing is, okay, with Inhumans versus X-Men, my grievance towards the Inhumans is simply the fact that they have this Inhuman Codex that has mapped every single person that may have an Inhuman gene, or has already shown said Inhuman gene. They could have used this to pick out the specific people, okay, and then together found a way to just trap the cloud,
or whatever it does,
that way that they would always have Terrigenesis going about. But instead, Medusa's just allowed it to just
circle the globe,
while knowing that it's killing off the mutants. I mean,
I don't get it.
I honestly, like, I really don't. I don't understand it.
I don't see it. I mean, another thing is that you have to think about it. Like, the writers obviously don't want us to be on the side of the Inhumans, because how can you be on the side of people who are doing this?
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, it's also the fact that, they understand that the X-Men have gone through all of this shit.
Marvel writers hate X-Men. That's fine.
No, at this point, it just seems like that. It just seems like Marvel writers just hate X-Men.
They hate X-Men.
I mean, who knows what might happen within the next few comics?
Yeah.
They might actually go forward with this whole X-Men extinction kind of thing going. But,
seriously. I mean, even just to bolster the ranks of the X-Men, they had to bring back the original 5. Yeah, I mean, me and Adam were talking about something interesting which could happen, which is, how Emma Frost could sort of download older Scott's brain into younger Scott. That would be hard.
No, that would be
so good. That would be so good. Because honestly, I think, like, anyway, I'm not going to try and, obviously say my personal bias, but, I do love Cyclops. And I do think what Cyclops was doing in terms of the mutant revolution, I think is much, I think the X-Men need it. Mutants need it, because mutants have just been taking the back end of things
No, it's
all
true.
this time. Like
It's
I
true.
said,
They've
no more
literally-
X-Men, Avengers versus X-Men, Phoenix, Hope, fucking, oh, come on.
It's true.
Like,
They've literally just been used as a battering ram,
Yeah,
considering
seriously.
how powerful they really are.
God,
It's-
it's terrible. I mean, Inhumans versus X-Men, I mean, I don't know how it's going to end. To me, like Adam says, we're going to get some big heavy hitters on the Inhuman side who could possibly just flip the whole thing. Because right now the X-Men are sort of, I wouldn't want to say dominating, but they've definitely succeeded with their surprise attack. So we'll see how it goes. I am hoping that. I mean, I personally, like I said, I do want the X-Men to succeed. I don't know how. I don't even know what a victory will even look like. Destroying the Terrigen Cloud. I don't know.
Well, obviously we're gonna have to wait and see because, if we think about it, they haven't really got that much time left.
Yeah, they haven't.
Because I remember in the first issue of Inhumans vs X-Men, Beast specifically said that the Terrigen Cloud is reaching its point where it will actually explode and just
dissipate everywhere.
Yeah, dissipate everywhere. So
yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is that I don't understand how. I mean, you've got Bobby in the latest all new X-Men, Bobby, the original Bobby, the young one. How basically the rest of the team, Young Beast, Young Cyclops, X-23, X-23 there? I don't know. Yeah, and Sunfire or something like that. They basically talk to the young Iceman saying, we need to attack them, otherwise, we have to leave this planet. And Bobby freaks out because young Bobby is dating once his boyfriend is an Inhuman. Yeah. So he flies off to warn his boyfriend. I mean, I know the last panel of that issue is them kissing. Good on you, Marvel. So
I'm not even gonna lie. This whole homosexual thing that they're really pushing.
Yeah, they're pushing it.
I
They're
don't
pushing it.
for me personally, I'm just like,
it's just forced. I think
it literally just seems like it's forced.
I mean, I remember when
because
for me, okay, I'm just like, okay, well, cool, you're a homosexual, you're a gay character. Fair enough, that's cool. We don't need to see it every flipping page.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it's it's just a normal thing.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly,
a normal thing.
Exactly. I mean, it's a bit forced because I remember when. So it's a little bit of a joke, but when Jean Grey first arrived, she read old Iceman's mind was like, "You're gay," and then the young Iceman was like, I was like, "Really? Okay, that's a nice way to bring him out."
Exactly. That's the best way to introduce him. Yes, of course.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Inhumans vs X-Men. There's a lot of good, dimensions, a lot of good perspectives right now. You've got, the race traitor Beast, who I despise, older Beast, obviously. I mean, I love that first issue of Inhumans vs X-Men. I love it. That panel where Storm blasts him, and he's like, "Aurora, how could you?" I was like, "Yes, you deserve it, you son of a bitch." Seriously, like, I'll never forget that. We all remember that issue. I think it was the end of Avengers vs X-Men, where the Watcher, the Watcher appears when Beast is in his lab, and the Watcher was like, and then Beast is looking at him, and the Watcher's like, "I'm watching you hang with Koi, and I'm disgusted." He needs to die.
He knew straight away what was going on.
Yeah.
He knew.
But anyway, let's
go on.
We can do this forever.
Yeah, it's true. We could literally just talk about this forever.
But yeah, let's talk about. Let's move on to our next category. The Ultimates, and we're not talking about the Ultimates, 1610 universe. We're talking about the Ultimates.
Yeah, the comic.
As in, we're talking about Spectrum, Monica Rambeau, Blue Marvel, Carol Danvers, Black Panther, and Ms. America.
Heavy hitters, yeah.
Heavy hitters.
No, it's a beautiful team.
And not even just them. We're also talking about Galactus, okay? And we're talking about the life-bringer Galactus.
Gold.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Such a beast.
Yeah, I love it.
As well as the newly found Herald, okay, Anti-Man. Oh my God.
Thank God.
Oh my God. If he wasn't broken before, okay, he's now a Herald. He's got the powers of the negative, basically the negative zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got antimatter powers. He's the living embodiment of antimatter.
Jesus.
Plus, okay, the cosmic powers coming from being a herald of Galactus.
It's, how just let's just take a moment to think about that.
It's broken. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but even the fact that where Order, Chaos, Galactus were talking, the fact that he could even be there.
It's exactly the fact that he was actually there. That already shows exactly, you know.
Yeah, like a cosmic Tyrion, like where he is. No, I like him.
It's crazy.
I like him. No, I mean it's a good comic. You know, it's really exploring the sort of cosmic side of things. You know, I don't think. I mean, you know, we all know how Eternity's chained up. That's still not been explained.
Yeah, it hasn't really been explained, but I almost feel like, you know, I almost feel like Eternity's actually being shackled down by Oblivion. You know, I mean, my reasons behind that is are quite simply, I believe it was the first issue of the Ultimates 2. That's the current.
Yeah, that's the current.
You know, it basically showed Eternity, you know, shackled down, but then you saw these hands, just kind of slowly, slowly going towards him. Okay, and my personal thought is simply, if Eternity is the embodiment of the universe, what could exist outside of the universe?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That could, number one, rival him. Okay, other than the Living Tribunal, we'll get into that. We'll get into that shortly. Yeah. Other than the Living Tribunal, other than the Shaper of Worlds, who's a living cosmic cube, because we already saw how he died. Other than the Beyonders, who are no longer a factor.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Doom.
My boy.
Isn't it? My man.
My boy.
He's just said it. He's sorted it out.
Exactly.
And other than any other cosmic entity, you know, the only logical being could, you know, it would most likely be.
I'm sort of leaning toward that as well, to be honest with you, after you telling me about that, because I mean, for me, it's Eternity. Who can jail Eternity?
Exactly.
You know, who can jail Eternity?
Oblivion is pretty much in his name. Okay, it's pretty much in his nature. He wants the end of everything. Yeah. You know, he wants everything to be nothing.
Yeah.
And what is Eternity? Eternity is everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously he's in the, you know, he's actually part of the balance.
Yeah, part of the balance. Yeah.
Because obviously you have Eternity, you've got Infinity, you've got Death, you've got Oblivion.
Yeah.
Then you've got Galactus, whose counterpart is the In-Betweener.
Yeah.
You know, and it just kind of goes on like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's the thing about this Ultimates comic, which I do sort of enjoy, but I sort of hate at the same time, is that it is exploring this new universe, this multiverse, and its hierarchy. I mean, the thing is and this is where, you know, we are going to get to it, is, you know, in the most recent Ultimates 2, we have basically in the previous one, Galactus is talking with Master Order and Lord Chaos. Obviously, the brothers Master Order and Lord Chaos are talking and saying, you know, you need to revert back to your old status of the Devourer rather than him being the Lifebringer.
Yeah.
I'll let Adam continue here because what happens next is depressing for any classic Marvel fan. That's how I feel.
Now.
That's how I feel. It's depressing.
Now, see, here we go. We've got Galactus. Okay, he one hits Master Order and one hits Lord Chaos. Eventually, they bring it all to the Tribunal, the Living Tribunal. Okay, and
we're debating whether that's Adam Warlock, by the way. But
I personally don't believe it's Adam Warlock. But you know, Living Tribunal rules in favor of Galactus. But at the end of the comic, Master Order and Lord Chaos somehow one hit the Living Tribunal. Now, I understand the fact that Galactus does state that he was only, you know, just newly made. Okay, since the universe was recreated and everything. But here's my thought. Well, here's my argument towards it. The Living Tribunal is supposed to be above everything.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be above the, all the cosmic entities. He's supposed to be the cosmic judge.
He's supposed to be what, like, sort of unites all of them.
Exactly. He's supposed to be the one on top of everything. He's the one that judges how everything in the entire multiverse goes. An example of this, okay, quite simply, if we go all the way back to the Infinity Gauntlet, okay, all of the cosmic entities, the Stranger, what's it called, the Celestials, Galactus, Eternity, Master Order, Lord Chaos, Love, Mistress Love, and Sir Hate, all of them got one hit by Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Every single one of them. Now, when someone who understands the Infinity Gauntlet, okay, let's just throw his name out, Adam Warlock, when he had the Infinity Gauntlet, okay, and basically did the exact same thing, okay, while in the presence of the Living Tribunal, he literally just kind of manipulated all of the cosmic beings. The Living Tribunal turned off the Infinity Gauntlet.
You're joking.
Like, literally, just like that.
You're joking.
Just like that. He literally just turned it off.
I didn't know you can do that.
That's it. He literally turned it off, and he only allowed the gems to be used individually.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Exactly. The Living Tribunal turned off the Infinity Gauntlet. But now he's being used as a jobber.
Yeah. Fast forward to Ultimates 2, he gets killed one shot.
He gets one shot. Me personally, I'm hoping that this is just an embody, a manifested body of the Living Tribunal. Because with Marvel, they like to talk about all of the cosmic entities having their own manifested body quite simply because, we can't physically or mentally perceive what they actually look like or what they actually are. Yeah. So me personally, I'm hoping that this is just a manifested body.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. It is, to be honest. That's the thing about basically the Ultimates 2 is this is the thing that I don't sort of like. I do sort of like the fact that it's a new universe. They're exploring the new universe, and it's hierarchy. Eternity chained up, which like the consequences of that I still don't know. Like, surely they have consequences, but
no, of course. There's always going to be consequences, but we're going to have to wait and see what they are.
Wait and find out. We're dealing with all these abstract things, and for me, the Living Tribunal, from what I know of him, is, like Adam said, supposed to be that judge. Even the whole fact that he was judging this debate between Galactus and the two brothers is, shows how high up he is. And the thing is that ironically in that issue, you had Master Order actually saying that in this new universe, the old hierarchy means nothing.
No, it's true.
He actually says that, and he says that's why Order says that's why they were able to beat him, because this new universe is the hierarchy doesn't even exist. So, looking on into the future, like we said, with Eternity chained up, with this new being that happened when they performed fusion, what are the implications? What are the implications? If we understand sort of, I do love that bit where Master Order and Lord Chaos, how they basically suck up the in-betweener.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I do like
and
that.
They fused and they called themselves Logos.
Logos, yeah. Which from what I understand means reason behind, basically a reason. The reason behind something. So if we think about it from a universal perspective, so now he's the reason behind the universe, the force behind the universe.
Exactly. It makes sense.
Which makes sense, yeah. And like I said, the implications of which, for me, this is why I'm going to be reading this comic, because the implications of all this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting.
No, definitely.
Whoever's chaining up Eternity, there's some, I can't remember reading something, but he's called some people are calling him the Cosmic Jailer. I don't know if that means.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, that's the word. That's the name that they've been giving him. I personally feel like it's just an alias for, you know, a character that we just haven't seen in a very long time. That's why I personally feel like it's Oblivion. You know, it's most likely Oblivion, but you know, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see. I mean, the comic is good, the art is lovely. I mean, for me, it's not as interesting as some of the other things I've been reading. We'll get to that later. And some of the other things I've been looking forward to. But like I said, the implications are very important for all of Marvel Comics. You know, this whole cosmic thing. In regards to the Living Tribunal being a jobber, yeah, I hate it. You know, like he was literally killed like a few months ago already. Well, it was more than a few months ago, but you get my drift. Like. He was killed, and that was such an epic moment. I remember that comic, how he was killed. It was such an epic moment. And this one was just...
He got killed on, like, every single reality by the 3 Beyonders that individually one hit each cosmic entity.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to plan and prep for millions, literally just millions of years just to allow this one event to happen.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, like I said, this is why you guys should be reading Ultimates too. You know, even if it's not as interesting as some of the other stuff that's going on, it's still got huge implications for the Marvel universe as a whole. You know, I do love the team. I hate Carol Danvers. I do love the team, however, though. So yeah, it's fixing up to be a good comic. I mean, hopefully we'll try and find out, you know, whether it really was Adam Warlock. You know, I've been hearing some things that it is, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, well, that's all we have for you today, guys. With that being said, we're just going to quickly go through, you know, the comics that we're looking forward to, and I'm going to hit you with a really interesting question.
I haven't heard this question, so I want to hear.
Yeah, well, you're going to see. So, with me personally, I'm actually looking forward to seeing how She-Hulk is going, you know, with the Savage She-Hulk, because, you know, after reading the first issue, I'm really hoping that she will be the next Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Because it seems that she hasn't even got full control over her, you know, her transformation anymore. And it literally looks like we're gonna have another Savage Hulk epidemic.
Well, it's one of those things.
I'm actually really waiting for that.
It's another one of those things you can blame on Thanos, right? Because Thanos is the one that's supposed to put her in the coma. So, you know, thanks Thanos for thanks Thanos for shaking up the She-Hulk. Because she was getting a bit boring, to be honest. Even though she was a beloved character.
Well, no, it's true. But do you know what? Here's a fact that not many people know about She-Hulk. There was this one comic in the Sensational She-Hulk where she literally knew that she was in a comic and she tore apart the page.
Oh shit!
I know.
She's a great character. She's a great character.
She's like ridiculous.
She's a great character. Breaking the fourth wall.
Exactly. But yeah, so what comic are you looking forward to, or you know, what events are you looking forward to?
I mean, so keep it simple. I'm looking forward to Uncanny Avengers. First of all, I'm really loving, you know, the last few issues with them obviously fighting the Hand and, you know, fighting Bruce Banner's old, you know, dead body Hulk. And now fighting Red Skull, like with Xavier's brain. Like, that is amazing. The art is sick. The team is sick. You've got Cable. You've got Deadpool. You've got Rogue. You've got what's that ninja? That ninja with the
which one?
Is it Cloak? No.
Which ninja?
He's not really a ninja, but you know he's got like a how do you say that hair? That Jamaican hair?
Dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks, and he's a black guy, and he has that like.
Brother Voodoo.
Brother Voodoo.
Or Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah,
it's one of the two now.
Right, it's Dr. Voodoo. That team is sick. I love the team. The art is sick. So good comic.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, just before we go, I'm gonna hit you with this one question. Okay. So we've got this picture up. Okay. Now my question is, considering, you know, the rebirth of the universe and everything, you know, the multiverse and everything, do you believe that these two characters, who are supposed to be the one above all, are Reed Richards and Sue Storm?
I didn't even think about that.
It's a very interesting thing to think about now, because, you know, considering the fact that Reed Richards now has the Beyonders powers, thanks to, you know, Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. And he's basically traveling every single multiverse now.
with his family.
Exactly, with his
Fam trip.
Hey guys, let's go on a holiday. Oh, where are we going to, guys?
Everywhere.
You know, everywhere. Oh, everywhere, like where? Everywhere in America? No, we're going everywhere in the known multiverse.
No, that's a good question. Yeah.
Exactly. So now my question is: do you believe that the one above all is now Reed Richards and Sue Storm?
I would love that.
That would actually be it.
I would
So
love
right,
that.
well, let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.